We have the one and only CEITO here at Towson University's Theater Arts Department. Welcome to Towson University, CEITO. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Jan.
All right, we're going to kick off the Q&A with this question. You ready?
What's the question?
Can you share with us and the world what is the story behind your latest project?
The Age of Aquarius, CEITO II. CEITO is my moniker. I dropped CEITO I in 2014. That project was about just raising the vibration of myself. Turn around 2023, I feel like a lot of that work that I had and was doing in my home came to the internet. And I'm doing that with individuals and like-minded, people. So CEITO II is just an updated version of CEITO I, but tapped in with a little bit more astrology and personality.
Heard. So this project is released independently, and as an independent artist, what is the most rewarding part of your career?
The most rewarding part of my career, this would have to be being able to put something out with clear conscience that you're proud of, and share that with others and get others involved, and actually seeing the manifestations about that. I don't think people think about that. Like when you actually put out music, you actually manifest realities from that. And so when I see that coming to fruition, that's always great.
That's what's up. And so to get the yin and yang, the positive and the negative, or the learning from that, what is the most discouraging, if any, specifically as an independent artist?
Well, the most discouraging thing about artistry is it wouldn't be about my artistry, but the lack of intention I feel that is placed within individuality and creativity. I feel like a lot of people follow trends, and a lot of us kind of cling to trends, but I know people their soul needs things that are different and unique, and so that could be a very discouraging part, as far as people just just not want to be unique and original with their context and what they listen to music, and just that all that shadow ban, how they push people that are individuals out of the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of factors, but we ain't letting nothing stopping us. So that's what you need to know.
Not at all. I like to say that there's a thin line between inspiration and imitation. I like to keep it up in the inspiration realm, and then you see the imitators getting the most views, or the most it's hold on, where's the individuality? I like that point.
Absolutely.
So how would you describe?
It's sad. It's discouraging.
Right. Oh man. We're still gonna do it, like you said.
We're still gonna do
it
that
anyway. Next question: how would you describe success as an artist? For an artist, rather. Sorry. How would you describe success for an artist?
Being able to utilize your art for whatever you want it, to utilize it for, because I feel like art is boxed in as far as what you can use it for. Oh, it got to be in the form of CD. It got to be, but we see that changes ever so often, how it's packaged, and how we take it in, but I think for the most part, always have some type of specific individuality when it comes to, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Success for an artist.
Oh, yeah. So individuality when it comes to utilizing your creativity for your purposes, because creativity is more than marketing and stuff. It's also healing inspirational. And I think when you tap into like kind of balancing both, where you can, work with people and put out inspiration, but also keep that magic of, the childhood imagination or childlike imagination you had when you were a kid, and kind of blend those two. I think that is success as an artist, where it doesn't become like some type of physical job. And I think that kind of transcends whatever you're doing as an artist, whether you're a musician, you're an actor, you're a singer, that when you allow yourself to transform and utilize art just as it is, through all forms of expression, it transcends your position that you may think you're in life. And I think that's a true successful artist.
Heard.
Yeah.
Heard. So would there be any advice, specifically we're on campus at Towson University, if you could speak to the students, from the students' perspective, who may want to go to a non-traditional independent route like yourself, would there be any advice that you would give to those students or people?
Yeah, work on your craft and put the love in there, and don't ever get blindsided by what's happening. If it's important to you, it'll be a compass, for the right things that you need in the direction that you need to go into your life. Don't get blinded by the happenstance. Just allow yourself to, figure out how to do what you love, and weather that storm, and you'll be good.
Thank you. And this is the last and final question. How has your spiritual journey influenced your art?
So I tell this story a bit earlier. When I was with my family in, the homeless shelter, we would, I would gravitate to my notebook and writing. Obviously, I knew my environment around me that as a kid, I'm not like super attached to it, but I know like it's not necessarily a good, position, if you want to say so statistically. But what I have created, internally has allowed me to be in a position where I can kind of cultivate an audience and create an existence for myself that probably I wouldn't have had if I let the natural happenstance of the environment affect who I was. So I was always able to take, I call it my higher self, like my inner guidance, which was my music, CEITO, Kales, before I even called it a name. It was just that space for me to, and how I saw myself beyond, what was presented to me. And learning how to balance that, because obviously at sometimes, we can get too in our own imaginations, but, responsibility is knowing how to blend, like you said, the spiritual with reality, and make something happen with that.
Heard. And I want to say thank you for inspiring me for your own journey, doing what you do just for yourself and for your family, and then inspiring me in doing what I'm doing. So thank you for being here. That's my last and final question, and then we're going to transition.
Jam boom boom, y'all.